Today, we're diving into an ancient conflict that didn't play out on some epic battlefield, but right inside the human, or in this case, the celestial heart. It's a powerful story about two sisters whose choices, literally, decided the fate of the gods and the demons. So let's jump right in.
I mean, think about that for a second. We usually picture good versus evil as these massive, impersonal forces, but this story brings it all down to a super personal, really relatable level. It all starts with family.
Okay, so picture this. You have two incredibly powerful women. They're the mothers of entire dynasties of celestial beings, and they find themselves in the exact same terrible spot. Their kids are fighting, the future looks bleak, and they are both suffering deeply. But how they each choose to handle that suffering, well, that's what changes everything.
All right, so let's properly meet our two main characters, these sisters whose choices spun out into two completely different destinies.
So on one side, you've got Aditi. She becomes the celebrated mother of the devas, who we know as the gods. And on the other side, her sister, Diti, the mother of the asuras, the demons. Right there, you can see the setup. Two sisters, mothers to sworn enemies.
Now, this is absolutely crucial. They started from the exact same place. Same dad, same husband, and the exact same heartbreaking crisis with their children. This story is not about one being born lucky and the other unlucky. No, their paths split wide open, based entirely on their character and the choices they made.
And that brings us right to the heart of their story. A single moment, a huge test of character, that basically set the course for everything that came after. So Aditi sees her sons, the gods, are in serious trouble, and she's feeling that pain, But what does she do? Her response is incredibly measured. Her husband, the great sage Kashyapa, is off in a deep meditation. Instead of barging in and demanding his help, she shows this amazing patience. She trusts that the right moment will come. Dinati, on the other hand, while she was a whole different story, she was just swallowed up by this storm of negativity. Burning with envy, furious about her son's failures, her response was the total opposite of patience. It was a demand for revenge, and she wanted it now. And this quote just nails Diti's core problem. When she was faced with pain, her first instinct wasn't to look inside or, find a real solution. It was to find someone to blame, someone to aim all that anger at. That decision to push the problem outside herself was her biggest mistake. Okay, so here's where it gets really fascinating. Both sisters turn to the exact same tool to fix their problem. A really powerful spiritual vow. But as you're about to see, the same tool can give you wildly different results. It all depends on the mindset of the person using it.
Just look at this breakdown. The difference is night and day. Aditi's motivation? Protection. Her mindset? Faith and selflessness. Her goal was to bring back balance. But Diti, her motivation was pure destruction. She wanted a son who could kill her #1 enemy, the god king Indra. Her mindset was all envy and revenge, and her goal was 100% personal vengeance.
So we've got two completely different paths, two totally different mindsets. What happens? Well, the consequences were just as opposite as their motivations were. For Aditi, the outcome was frankly a miracle. Her pure, selfless devotion was so powerful that the Supreme Lord himself was moved and actually agreed to be born as her son, Vamana, to protect the gods. She received the ultimate divine blessing.
Okay, so that's Aditi. Now, what about Diti? Her story takes a much, much darker turn. And it all starts with this number, 49. Just let that number hang in the air for a second. What on earth could that possibly mean? So here's the tragic twist. Because Diti was so consumed by revenge and impatience, she made one tiny slip-up in her ritual. Her enemy, Indra, saw his chance and took it. He used his powers to sneak into her womb and, with his thunderbolt, he sliced the powerful sun she was creating into, you guessed it, 49 pieces. Just a horrific result, born directly from her own intentions.
But wait, it gets even crazier. Here's the final, devastating irony. The ritual was so powerful that the 49 pieces didn't die. Instead, they were born as 49 new gods, called the Maruts. And who did they immediately become best friends and allies with? Indra, the very person she was trying to destroy. Her mission for revenge literally created an army for her enemy. You just can't make this stuff up.
This story is just packed with lessons, isn't it?
So what's the timeless wisdom we can pull from this incredible tale of two sisters?
This is it. This is the heart of the whole thing. Aditi and Diti had the exact same circumstances, the same grief. But it was their internal reaction, their consciousness, that created their totally different destinies. It's such a powerful reminder that it's not what happens to us, right? It's how we choose to respond.
So if we want to follow Aditi's playbook when we face our own struggles, here it is. Step 1, try to cultivate patience instead of demanding everything right now. Step 2, hold on to faith, even when it's tough. And step 3, maybe the most important, purify our intentions. Try to move away from blame and selfishness towards a bigger, better goal.
And really, that's the question this story leaves us with, isn't it? In those moments of pain or anger or envy, we all stand at that same fork in the road that Aditi and Diti did. And the choice between patience and impatience, faith and fear, a pure heart and a vengeful one, that choice is always, always ours to make.